And if you're a taker, is it such a bad thing? You might be wondering what I'm talking about, so I'll explain. See, when we're on the topic of personal development, there's some key things that we need in our life that are going to help propel us into the next arena or the next level, if you will. And I could venture to say that as a leader, a high achiever, somebody that is of importance in their community around them, we tend to be that person that is the giver, the educator, the influencer, the person that is in authority in a sense, not in a bad sense, but in a sense that, management type. And I think what happens is we take that role a little too serious sometimes. I'm not saying that it's not serious, it is, but it can't be the only avenue. See, what happens is when we surround ourselves with just people that we pour into, that expect that from us, then our personal development tends to cease. We tend to stop operating at the level that we first intended because, put it this way, if you think about a body of water, right? If you got a body of water and then it flows out downstream, the water will shift and it'll move. But if there's no inlet upstream or up from the body of water, putting anything into that body of water, then what happens is that body of water gets depleted. And so it's the same with our leadership, is if we continue just to pour, and we're not having anything pour back into us, then what happens is you get depleted, you run out. And so it is very important to really look at who you have in your circle that is pouring into you. Do you have anybody? You can't just surround yourself with people that you pour into, because, not saying they're bad people, but they will drain you. And then you don't become effective. So your circle matters. I'm not saying that you need to be mean and rude and get rid of all these people, because they count on you. But even outside of your profession, who are you hanging out with? Are you still hanging out with the people that you feel like you have a heads up on them, that you can pour into their life as well? Because you've taken your career and you've implemented it into your social. So I would suggest that you really audit your circle of influence, because influence matters. Influence is what's going to keep you growing. You need people that cheer you on, that even when you seem like you're doing tasks that are way beyond anybody's dreams, you need people that are still in your corner saying you can do it, because they've done it. They've hit that success. It's going to matter hugely on where you're going by who you're around. So, thinking about your circle of influence and who you have around you, it's okay. Hear me, it is okay to cut certain people off. And again, I'm not saying you got to be rude to them, that you have to be that guy that comes across as a jerk, or that lady that comes across as a jerk. No, you just choose to invest your extra time with people that are going to grow you. Because to be a person of value, a person of influence, you have to continue to grow. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There can be a balance, yes. But I would suggest overall in the long term to lean into more to those people that can mentor you, that can show you how they did it, or who can, cheer you on as you're making the hard steps. Yes, you can still be friends with these other people. I'm not saying you just cut them off completely from life, but you choose your time wisely with who you're around. Because if you spend your weekends or your free time around people that are negative, that gossip about other people, that complain about everything, then you're not going to grow because you're going to slip into the same patterns that they're in. It's just, that's how it works. We adapt to our environments very easily, which means we adapt to the people that we're around. I have made some choices in my life to stay away from certain people because of that aspect of them. They're great. I love them. They're good people, but they're just negative. And how can I expect myself to be more positive if I'm continuously around the negative? Yes, I'll still talk to them. Yes, I'll still be a person of influence in their life, hopefully, because I do. When I speak with them, I'll bring some positivity. I'll bring some life to the situation. But to hang out with them continuously isn't going to edify the situation at all. It's not going to build me up. It's definitely not building them up. And so as leaders, we have to make decisions, and we have to really pay attention to the circumstances that we're in and how much influence we can have, or how much influence others are going to have on us. It's a part of leadership. It's a part of having that high achiever mentality. So really audit who you're around. I would say these things. Okay, number one, audit who you're around. Figure out if it's somebody that's going to lift you up or tear you down. Okay. 2, audit whether you can bring any clarity to the conversation with these people. Because if you don't feel like you can get across to them, then you're wasting your time. If you feel like you can influence them in a positive way, then do it, because that's the right thing to do. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. It's just, as leaders, as high achievers, you have to really pay attention to your circle, to your surroundings, to your influence. And you have to audit that daily and see if it's going to help build you up or tear you down. And I think a lot of the times what we find is when we are being torn down, it's because sometimes it's the people that we're around. Something to think about, something to process. Okay, it's Monday, guys. You have a wonderful Monday. It's a good start to the week. It's a brand new day. So, brand new week. Let's go into it with optimism, and let's go into it with the ability to grow. All right. As I always say, stay healthy, stay well.